We are back. Got both of us this week. Um, First matchup this week is Alexia Tayanara versus Bruna Brazil. Weller, what are we thinking?
I mean, if you saw Bruno Brazil's last fight, you know how bad at fighting she is. And Daenerys is actually pretty solid at grappling. So I'm going to take Daenerys 30-20 set. Pretty easy here.
I agree. I haven't watched too much tape on Tayanara personally, but from what I've heard of her, she has a really good, well-rounded skill set and deserves to be in the rankings. Bruna Brazil doesn't even have like a good UFC record or anything. Isn't she like 2-2 in the UFC?
I think her overall record's like 11-6 or something like that.
But anyway, she's had losses in the UFC and just hasn't looked very good. I don't really like the way she's looking at me either. She kind of looks like she's really high and like that video of the Asian dude getting that like Dubai cookie and he gets like the pistachios on it and he's like, "Yeah, that looks really good." And she looks that's what she's looking at me like right now. And like I don't
Her
know, Thayanar just looks
three
over
and
good to
four.
be here. So I'm gonna go Thayanar round two sub.
I
All right, Ricky Simone versus Adrian Yanez, Mr. Knockout.
see. The thing is, like, I just can't trust a guy who hasn't fought in like a year and a half. Like Giannis, he hasn't fought in a long time. He hasn't beaten anybody actually good other than a split decision against Davy Grant.
Who was his
Like
last fight?
his last fight, uh,
I feel like I
he
don't
beat some
remember.
like random, basically. Or no, he lost a split decision to Daniel Marcos in December of 2024.
Gotcha. All right.
His
Yeah, he's
last win is
not been
against
active. I don't even
Vinicius
remember that.
Salvador. So I don't even know who that is. So
Hmm.
I'm gonna take Simone to get this one by decision. I think he'll be able to implement the wrestling, and they're not that far apart on the feet. Like Simone's got some nice little boxing combinations here and there. Not as good as Yanez, obviously, but I think he'll do enough to win 29-28 on the cards.
Honestly, like personally, I feel like technically, like Simone is a little bit better in the feet. I think Yanez is obviously like like he elevates his game with how much power he has and like his willingness to brawl, which I think elevates his striking game to be a little bit better than Ricky Simone. But like, I think Simone has showed that he's good enough that like he's not going to get mogged on the feet in this matchup, and he does have good wrestling. He also has huge power in the feet. Like he had a nasty knockout against Basharat. We've seen
So
Yanez get chinned by Rob Font before, so I don't think it'd be crazy. Like I'm honestly gonna go. Simone's gonna set this up a little bit with the wrestling. I think Simone's gonna get like a round three TKO. Big meaty overhand after a couple
the
takedowns.
classic
The
wrestle boxer.
classic. All right. Now I want to get straight into this. Bro, Navajo Sterling, there's so many people in the UFC who look like only like all they could do is fight. Like this is a guy, bro, you don't see this guy working at a Walgreens, bro. This guy is a fighter. Like you look at his face, like what else can he do but fight, bro? Like this kid in the school, bro. If you look at this kid, like I bet he was ugly as hell as a kid. Could you imagine this guy in the playground? You were making fun of this guy for sure, bro. Dude, like, could you imagine the kind of names they're making up for him, bro?
It looks like a
Viking
gremlin, bro. Like
boy.
he looks like inhuman, bro.
Dude, he
Like,
actually looks like, those like photos that are like uncanny. It's like, does that even look human, bro? He doesn't, bro is
yeah,
not
yeah.
human. Bro is
It's
not
like one of those
human.
like creepy edits they make of like Neanderthals
Yeah,
on Instagram Reels. Like
yeah.
I could see him being in one of those.
He's like yeah, like Uncanny Valley. He's one of those Uncanny
Yeah.
Valley guys.
But at the same time, I think this is a setup fight for him. I think they want him to get a highlight before they start pushing him towards the rankings. Like I wouldn't be surprised to see them give him a ranked opponent after this fight because he'll be like 4-0 at that point. So, but I think he'll get a TKO round three. I think he'll actually get a highlight for once.
I agree. I think this is kind of like his fight where he really needs to get a finish. And Bruno Lopez is a guy who kind of beats up on like scrubs on the regional scene. And he has a couple wins in the UFC, I think. But like watching his tape, man, he is super chinny. Like
Yeah, he is.
Even on his win on the Contender Series, so his first Contender Series fight, he gets knocked out by Brenson Ribeiro,
That's terrible. That's a bad loss too.
out cold, like out like not like like I'm like out cold. Um,
Yeah,
and then when he won his that Dana White's Contender Series fight, he also got rocked before getting the finish. And then against Dustin Jacoby, he literally just got like 20 piece against the fence. Um, I think Navajo Sterling, if he wants to be in any edit or have any fans, he needs a knockout. Like, bro,
yeah.
what do you put for this guy's like SD kid edit? Bro, there's no high,
There's
he's one
nothing.
KO. And if you look at, bro, I was watching this fucking guy's
The
regional
55
tape.
jabs he landed on Rodolfo Bolano, like
Yeah. That's
what
a
is
solid
there?
win. And I rate him because he has wins in the UFC and Bellato is a pretty good win, I feel like. It's like aged
Like
somewhat well.
yeah, like having wins over guys that have wins is like a really
Yes.
big thing for prospects.
However, his knockouts on the regional scene are against bums, like genuine bums. Even the one in Contender Series, like sometimes you see Contender Series where both the guys are good. That one was he was gonna knock that guy out. Like, come
Yeah,
on. I'm gonna go round two TKO for KO. Honestly, he like I
yeah.
think he might put him out cold, but it doesn't really matter. Um, moving on, we got Casey O'Neill versus Gabriela Fernandez.
I mean, I want to go back to like the activity thing. Casey O'Neill hasn't fought in a long time.
Hmm.
Gabrielle Fernandez has some good wins on her resume. Like she beat like Wang Kong, which I
I
think is a
rate
good
that.
win. So I would go with her by Gabrielle Fernandez by decision.
Hmm. I agree. I feel like Wang Kong is a really good unranked win. Like that's probably
Wang Kong is ranked, I believe.
I'm
But
somewhat of a, but at the time I think she was unranked.
oh yeah, yeah.
Um, I'm not gonna lie. As far as women's MMA, I'm a casual, so I'm gonna rate that Wang Kong win pretty highly because she's actually a woman that can produce some highlights. So I'm gonna go Gabriela Fernandez. Also by decision. Yeah. All right, we got Tyrell Fortune versus Marcin Tybura. In a bout at heavyweight here. Now,
First
Tyrell
time I saw this
Fortune.
fight announcement, I was like, I thought Tyrell Fortune is the most Game of Thrones sounding name of all time. Like for a real person,
Tyrell
you're
Fortune.
you're telling me that doesn't sound like some like Duke in Game of Thrones, you know?
Yeah, it really does. Marcin Tybura sounds. I feel like that could sounds like a knight almost. These dudes
Just a
both have
poloist
names
guy,
that
you
are
know?
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um, I just think Tyrell Fortune, man, like when I'm watching this tape, I feel tricked. Like he's got some nice knockouts, but when you watch those fights, it's always a dude he's fighting that's littler than him, and he's not a very big heavyweight. Um, and like he had this one where he was like TKO'd and it was overturned to a no contest because it was back of the head. But like I don't know. I just don't think he's good enough. I don't get why he's getting this matchup over like a Mario Pinto or like I don't know anyone else. But
Yeah. I mean, who is there at heavyweight, but still.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I could see Fortune winning this fight. Both these dudes are pretty ass. But I am gonna go with Tybora just because I feel like he's got more experience. He is so bad on the feet. Like he's so slow in the feet. But I
Yeah.
trust that he'll be able to show a bit of levels. Like Fortune literally got nearly choked out. Um, or wait, no, he almost choked the other dude out. I'm tripping. But I don't think his wrestling is that good either. Like he was just fighting in Bellator. We'll see. I think Tybora is gonna
Yeah,
win
it's
decision
okay.
here.
I want to agree with you on the pick. Like I thought about picking Fortune. Like his wrestling like looks okay, but then you look at who he's doing it against, and it's like his last three wins, one of them was against the guy who's like 21 and 13, like a random journeyman. His second most recent fight was against a dude who's older than my mom. Like this dude's 52 years old.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah, and
like
he beat him. and he beat
He
him.
beat him, yeah, but sure, like, and then his last one was against the
Or
guy
wait,
who's
wait,
like
no, I'm
9 and
tripping.
8.
That dude he beat,
Yeah, that dude he
but
beat.
the dude he lost to was also like 40, or it was a no contest or whatever. But he was like 40
Yeah.
something. The dude
He also
he
got
no contest was against.
his last loss, like he got heel hooked, bro. Like, come on,
Yeah.
what do you do? How do you get heel hooked? Like, genuinely.
Yeah, I
So I'm gonna
did.
go
I
with
know the fight that you're
Tybura
talking about, the other one.
by
He fought a guy
decision.
who has like 100 UFC fights, and you watch like this dude's got like a man bun, and it's like genuine. It's the canniest dude. If you watch this, please watch this fight. Well, look up Tyrell Fortune, and look. I think it's like Cage FC or something like that.
Is it Tony Lopez, the guy?
Yeah, Tony Lopez, Tyrell Fortune versus Tony Lopez, bro. This guy is actually like it's like you took one of those boxing dudes who's like 0-98, put him into MMA. And I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
sure
this
what
guy's
his record
record is
is, but
65-34, which is
wow.
insane.
65-34. Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, that's honestly impressive that he even has a winning record.
he's fought like I'm looking at this guy's record. He's fought like in other sports too, like bare knuckle, regular boxing, kickboxing. Like he kickboxed against Chris Barnett, Dustin Jacoby.
I wonder how
He
much this guy
fought,
like makes
I don't know, he fought
off this
Spivak in
lifestyle.
MMA. Like crazy record.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right, what's your how do you think this fight will be done?
Ibora decision.
Gotcha. Gotcha. I just think like I don't know. If this dude is in the rankings, I'm gonna be so pissed off. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean,
Tybora pisses me off too. So, all right,
so fat.
we got Chase Hooper, the Gooner, versus Lance Gibson Jr. I think Lance Gibson like the son of like a previous MMA fighter or something?
I believe so, yeah.
I
But
feel like that
he's also
honestly
just
might have gotten this guy a little bit of fucking nepotism to be in the UFC. Because, bro, when I looked up this guy's
now
tape,
Lance
I
Gibson
couldn't find
Sr.
shit.
Oh wait, Lance Gibson Sr., former UFC fighter, pro record of 4-5. He had 1-1 in the UFC back in 2000.
Why are we giving a guy nepotism? Like, I don't even know if this guy should be in the UFC. And the vibe I'm kind of getting is like, oh, it's kind of cool. He's got a dad who's in the UFC, so it's like a storyline. Bro, this dude's,
Yeah.
I don't know. Chase
I
Hooper,
mean,
my
he's
eyes,
all right, I guess.
I think Chase Hooper, it might be a little bit like, on the feet. I think it'll be like 4 minutes of just not a lot happening. Chase Hooper kind of spinning around doing his thing. And then eventually I think he'll get like, there will be some sort of exchange where Lance Gibson tries to take him down. And then I think he's just gonna quickly realize that like his wrestling is just not on the level of Chase Hooper's jiu-jitsu. And I think round two, Hooper's gonna go out, get a takedown, get a sub round two.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, I think low key, like Cooper could get like pieced up in the first round. Like Gibson's got some half decent strike, and I don't trust Hooper on the feet.
I
But like,
don't
I
know.
don't think this Gibson guy's got like crazy power or anything to put Hooper out. I think it'll go similarly. I'm gonna go round three sub for Hooper.
All right. Honestly, I think this fight is a pretty big mismatch for the name value that Musayev has. But we have Ignacio Bahamondes versus Tafik Musayev. What do we think?
Dude, you're not picking Tufik Musayev. You're casual. You've never watched Ryzen in your life. Like,
Bro, my bad, bro.
nah, but I'm picking Bahamondes round two TK. Like, he's got such a range advantage. Plus, Musayev has no ability to defend submissions whatsoever.
No.
So, like, I feel like if Bahamondes wants to take it to the ground and get a submission, he could do that. I think he could use his kicks to keep Musayev out of range and counter him much like he did to Manuel Torres. So I think I'm gonna go round two TKO.
See, then this is a fight where I'm conflicted, and I'm not conflicted on who's winning. I just don't know whether to pick sub or KO for
It's not like he's like
Bahamondes.
a crazy submission artist or anything, but
Yeah, he's not. It's just Masayev sucks on the ground, and like Ignacio Bahamondes has shown that he has like pretty good stuff off his back, and like he can get a takedown. I
Yeah.
think honestly, looking at the odds for this fight, I feel like people are just gonna be really tempted to pick sub, and I think it's gonna be a TKO. I'm gonna go round one TKO for Ignacio Bahamondes. Next up, we got the legend Terrence McKinney versus Kyle Nelson.
Bro,
I'm
what?
sorry, I just can't, dude. Kyle Nelson looks so weird. He doesn't have like fighter face like Navajo Sterling does. Like
He looks like an egg.
he looks like he needs to have like a hat on his head, you know? Like he looks like he
Like
needs to have
what
like
what
a
kind
little
of hat
top hat
though?
on, you know? Like I know Joe Pyfer's like it's like Officer Joe Piper. This guy looks like a fucking police officer. Like
He
you
looks like
can't tell
Mr.
me.
Monopoly, bro. That's what he looks
Does look
like.
like Mr. Monopoly. Holy shit. Put a little monocle on that dude, bro. Oh my God. This dude should not be in fighting. All right, but I think Kyle Nelson, this guy, if you know ball, you know that Kyle Nelson fought I'm blanking on his name, but he fought this guy who fought on LSD. And bro, this dude was
Blake Builder,
tripping.
right?
Yeah, this dude was tripping balls on LSD during the fight, and you can't finish him, bro. Nah, bro. My boy
Yeah,
Terrence
like
McKinney, he was on them psychedelics. He got off them. He's gonna come back, beat Kyle Nelson's ass. I know he lost against Chris Duncan, but Chris Duncan's pretty damn good. He's gonna get this
yeah.
one.
I think like
Round one sub.
Nelson's not that bad, right? But like and I know he should have finished Matt Frivola, but like how are you not like just chinning Matt Frivola? Like
That
he's
ball is so chinnable.
exact like
I felt bad for
McKinney,
him when they made him versus Chanko. I know it's not official, but
yeah.
he's gonna get absolutely pieced in that matchup. Or wait,
McKinney is a guy that you have to put away and whatever. Like you have to put this guy out in order to beat him. And I don't think Nelson has the type of power, and he's also been knocked out 3 times in the UFC. So I'm going McKinney round one KO.
yeah. Wait, was it for Is it for Vola Chanko or Rebecca Chanko?
I believe it was. I've seen rumors about both, but
I've
the
seen
last one I
rumors
saw
about
was
both.
Frivola.
Yeah. I saw it for Vola most recently. Yeah. Either way, up the card. Now, this is the real co-main event. This fight is actually really, really good.
This
I
is a
like
great
this
fight.
fight a lot. Belgaroy is one of my favorite prospects in the entire UFC right now.
I think
Um,
if he wins this fight, he should fight a ranked opponent. Like,
Absolutely. I think honestly, winner of this fight could get 15. I
yeah,
think the winner of this fight deserves it over Zhang Minyang for sure. Or wait, who is that 15 at middleweight?
I think Bruno Ferreira.
Bruno Ferreira. They deserve it over Bruno Ferreira. Um, but Belgaroy had a really impressive win over a guy who was pretty stylistically opposed to him in Bakoev. I mean, it was
And
obviously grappling
Bakoev is a
instinct right there.
similar-ish style to Mansur
Yeah,
Abdulmalik too.
I
Like,
think Abdul
I,
Malik
I
has.
rate that win too.
I rate it really highly. I think Bakoev is one of the best unranked guys in middleweight right now.
Yeah.
Uh, Yuzuri really impressed me in that fight. I thought Bakoev was going to go out there and win just because Bakoev had a really long career in MMA and Yuzuri transitioned from kickboxing, but this dude is nasty. He's tall as fuck. Like, I don't know why anyone isn't talking about how he's making middleweight. Like, Joe Rogan loves to
Yeah.
talk about the same dudes over and over. Why aren't we talking about Yuzuri right now? How is this dude making middleweight right now, bro?
6'6".
Dude's huge. I don't know.
Like the thing, like Abdul Malik, like he's got good wrestling, but usually like he showed strong like get up ability against Bakoyev. He's training with Glover Teixeira on the ground, so I think he'll be able to hang there, get back to his feet. And I know like Mansur Abdul Malik actually does have like an 80-inch reach, but he doesn't fight like it. Like he kind of likes to blitz in a little bit more. And I think Belgrui is going to be able to take advantage of that. I think. fight behind his kicks a lot, fight behind that jab, the 1-2. And I think he'll be able to eventually break him down, TKO him round two.
Yeah, like I think Abdul Malik is very talented. I think his biggest strength is on the ground, and I agree with you. I think Belgoroy has showed his ability to keep the fight where he wants it to be. And I think Abdul Malik relies a bit more on his athleticism for his striking, while
Yeah.
Belgoroy is just really, really good in the striking overall. His jab is fucking nasty. Um, I'm gonna go. I think this is gonna be a really good fight. I'm gonna go round three TKO for Belgoroy. Next fight, Ryan Douglas versus Julian Erosa. I think,
It's a good fight, man.
yeah, I do like this fight. I think Ryan Douglas is just like, I don't know, I kind of just believe in him for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, he has big losses on his record, and it's me and Well were talking about this this week. Like, it's not great to have, losses by KO and sub on your resume. You want, couple decisions. It's okay to have like one TKO, one submission loss, but he's got like five losses. I think they were all by finish.
I think,
Um,
yeah, I think two were by submission, but
yeah.
not for a long time has he been submitted.
hmm
Arosa does have a submission game, but he's also really chinny. Like, I know he went the distance with Melchizedek Costa, which is aging really well, but like, he's been knocked out. I think it's like five,
Got
seven
knocked
times,
out by
something like
Artem
that.
Lobov.
I think Douglas has big power in the hands, like
Does.
he knocked out current UFC fighter Javier Reyes back on the regional scene,
Out cold.
destroyed Cam Teague on Contender Series.
Out cold
This
again.
guy's got hands. And I don't think Arosa is gonna try and wrestle him. Like I feel like he thinks he's a striker, like he wants to strike too much, and then Larion Douglas is gonna take advantage and put him out cold round one.
I agree. Yeah, I think Rosa just. I think that's a great point. I don't think he has like that urgency to grapple, and he needs to be urgent in the grappling in this fight if he's gonna win. Ryan Douglas
Sean
has.
Strickland versus Pereira type of deal.
Yeah, yeah, genuinely like. Uh, Ryan Douglas is gonna get this knockout. He's got nasty power, just pretty simple boxing that I like. I'm not sure how far he's gonna go up the division, but I just like him. I think he's gonna go on a bit of a streak. I don't know if he's ever gonna be like ranked material, but I think he's gonna put on a lot of fun fights. Round
Yeah, I
one
think he put on
KO,
a lot of fun fights.
Ryan Douglas. All right, we got Michael Chiesa versus Nico Price. I'm really not even sure. Like, this is just such a bad fight. I don't know why this isn't
It
the
really
first fight in
is.
the prelims. Like.
It's because it's Michael Chiesa's retirement
Bro,
fight, and they
I'm
just
so
love it.
much more excited for Ricky Simone versus Adrian Yanez than I am for this.
Yeah, like this is such a bad fight. But how is Nico Price even cleared by like the commission? Like after what Veretennikov did to him in his last fight, like
I forgot about that, bro.
Veretennikov beat the living shit out of him.
Bro,
Like
Valentinnikov's not that good, and he made him look like he was like
Veretennikov sucks.
he beat him like like that was like some like how people talk about Khalil Roundtree like he beat
You're
him
right.
like man like
He's
that
like
combo was crazy.
throwing these elbows against the fence and everything. Like
And Nico Price is like, "Bleh."
and Nico Price is out on his feet, getting ragdolled. Like, so what's he gonna do? Like, what does he do genuinely as a
Get
fighter? What does he
pinned.
do?
Maybe he did
He's
good.
got a couple KOs from bottom position. Like
That is true, bro. He
he had
did
that
KO Randy Brown, bro.
he had that
Sneaky
one
good
up
win.
kick against James Vick. Like
Everyone KOs James Vick.
exactly. Is that the only way he could win this fight? Like I'm not saying Michael
Fluky
Chiesa is
up kick
good.
KO.
I think he subs Nico Price in round one.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
such a
gonna.
bad fight though. I can't wait for them to act like Michael Chiesa is a legend of the sport in his retirement package.
He's gonna get the longest video. It's gonna be
It's gonna
crazy.
be just like Anthony Smith, like that, like where they act like this dude's so sick and everyone's just sitting there like, please let this end.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Chiesa round two sub. I don't really care. Let's keep going. Macy Barber versus Alexa Grasso. Bit of an interesting fight. Oops, clicked on Joe Pyfer. But honestly, I'm kind of a WMMA casual. Um, for me, I feel like Alexa Grasso showed a pretty strong skill set everywhere throughout her career, and like I just always see her fighting the best of the best. Um, I think she's gonna go out there and get like a strong decision win.
I don't know why. I feel like I could see this being like a robbery decision for Macy. Like I want to
I
pick
could
Grasso.
see
Like
that. I
I
could.
feel like she's better. Like Barber's not good. Like I feel like I could just see this being a robbery decision for some reason. Like this fight is just gonna be a split decision, I feel like.
Yeah, I could see
I
that.
mean, I
Even
guess
if
I'll
one
go
of
with
them wins
Barber. Like
dominantly, I think it will be a split
she's
decision.
younger. I don't know. I mean, I don't really have a particular reason other than that. I just look, you just want to pick against you for that one, honestly.
Fuck you, Weller. All right. Uh, last card of the fight. We'll let Weller do his dumbass pick real quick.
All right. See, like I'm really conflicted on this one. Like I'm gonna fence it a little bit, but I just like I don't rate Joe Pyfer that highly as a fighter, you know? Like he's got crazy knockout power, yeah, and Adesanya, the chin is starting to go maybe, but Pyfer's not that technical. Like his wrestling's okay, but I don't think it's gonna be enough to hold Adesanya down or find a sub. So I feel like Adesanya is gonna like he's gonna show levels a little bit. Like I think he is kind of washed, but I don't think he's washed enough to lose to a guy like Joe Pyfer who's not that good technically. Like I think Adesanya is gonna win this 49-46 decision.
Personally, I just feel like Joe Pyfer has a style that matches up really well with this version of Izzy. Like, sure, he might not be that technical on the feet. I think that's where you're talking about the technicality. I mean,
Yeah.
but like this guy does have like crazy knockout power in both hands. Like he can put you out cold with the left, he can put you out cold with the right. Plus, on the ground, he actually is kind of a monster. And if you look at Izzy's career, when has he faced like a good, big, dominant wrestler? Literally once, which was against DDP, and he got subbed. Like, literally his entire career, he fought strikers and untalented dudes. Like, like, Izzy was great.
I
I'm not
mean,
trying to hate on him. But Paulo Costa, that's like the only dude who I can think it was as big and as physical as Joe Pyfer.
Cannonier, I
But
guess.
he was a striker. Cannonier's little. Cannonier's little as fuck, bro. He could be a welterweight.
Cannonier's a former heavyweight, but
And then the
like
only other
I get
guy
what
who
you
I can
mean.
think of who is as physical as Joe Pyfer is Jan Blachowicz. And that's a big fight for me that plays into this because in the end of that fight, Jan was able to time some really nice just running Israel Adesanya over type of takedowns. And once Izzy got taken down in that fight, he couldn't do shit to get back up. Like he had no reversals, he had no game to get back up. And when he was against someone that big and strong, and he wasn't on the feet, he was just getting pieced up on the ground. And the way I see this fight going, personally, I think Izzy's gonna have a great first two rounds and look really good. I think Pyfer might kind of whiff on a lot of big shots, but I think by round three, once Izzy starts to get a little bit too comfortable, Pyfer's gonna land a couple nice shots. You might hurt Izzy a little bit. He's gonna chase the takedown. He's gonna land some big ground and pound on Izzy. It's gonna make Izzy a little bit more tired, make him, self guess himself a little bit. Round four, I think Joe Pyfer is going to catch a kick, take him down, and I think he's going to get a big head and arm submission, go crazy. And then we got Joe Pyfer in the top five.
But one other thing I do want to mention, Pyfer, like his cardio is not it. Like I don't
It's
know if you saw
bro,
the
cardio is
Kelvin
the
Gat.
most fixable thing in the UFC.
I know it is, but like I'm just thinking about his fight with Kelvin Gastelum. Like he dropped Gastelum twice round one, like hurt
Bro,
him
but if he
badly.
drops Izzy once, it's over.
No, I know that, but well, Kelvin Gastelum and Izzy in the Big 26 are not the same thing.
I know,
Like
but like
like
even
he
even
gassed
Kevin got
out and
his
like
chin
the
still. Kevin
second
got
and
his
third
chin.
round, he was just kind of like he was gassed. He's throwing these big meaty strikes that aren't like I feel like I could just see that happening to him. Like how he lost to Jack Hermanson just kind of on like a at a higher scale,
But
you
he
know?
just looked so much more patient in the Abus Magomedov fight, and like I feel like he just realized that his grappling is one of his bigger strengths.
Yeah, I also just don't rate an Abus Magomedov win that highly. Like
I mean,
I
sure,
don't think that
I will concede his resume is not that great.
it's a hard one to pick, but I'm still riding Izzy by decision.
I got Pyfer round four submission, head and arm. He's got a big ass back, bro. Have you seen this dude's back? Big as hell. Anyway, um, we're kind of just lugging along. We got what? This and one more fight night
Fight
until
night,
absolute peak
it's a it's
327.
Moicano versus Duncan next week in the Apex.
We looking on a 327, bro. Yuri's
Yes, we
getting his
are.
title back. Van's gonna show levels probably, hopefully.
I think so.
And there's just gonna be a lot of great fights. I'm really, really excited
Yeah.
to predict that card. But all right, adios.